Welcome to the third edition of the gathering. The third edition of the gathering, where we meet, we reconnect, we look at what is wrong with some parts of the program. We audit everything we are doing. Sometimes when we hear audits, we deep dive into various parts of what we are doing. Into what we are doing. It's very refreshing to see all of you here. There are some of our people coming. Well, I think one friend of Hope Jenny Bako at some of them across our program. We don't know how it clashed, but then so account now. Maybe some of them are yet to come. So we started the gathering, this type of program where we meet to check the program. In the first very one was 2018. Before we added the gathering to the 101, later, Yasenati gathering if 101 was a December gathering where the executives meet. We look at the program. Until after the 2017 one, we realized that some of the programs we're doing were having issues. So we met at Barton's house. I remember at Omo dining table, and then we were looking at various parts of the program to make sure say we get things right. In fact, it's one of the most exciting gatherings. Like, we were being honest with ourselves. Budget people were telling the truth, like, and yet those false polite, not necessarily, for lack of a better word, but then you can see that person is being forced to just act diplomatically. But if something is wrong, you just say it the way it is. And so I think it's one of the things we started with Hope Jenya. It helped us to get things right at the beginning. So we embedded it in the 101, where we meet, we give reports. But we realized that the 101 became a bit seminar-like. So adding it to the gathering was not helping the gathering side of things. Until now, separating. Until over the years, these are some of the themes we've been using. First, 2018 at Canary Cortez, we used the message of salvation, amazing grace. 2020, obviously, there was COVID, so we didn't do anything. And then 2021, the gospel. Carl Desmond came around and people wanted to press my neck, say my heart of Carl Desmond a banner. And someone person better. I think 2019 people liked Yaosiki, so that one I didn't have any problem. Then 2022, I think we focused on just Christ as the theme. And then 2023, we separated the 101 from the gathering. And so that one we looked at parachurch organizations, and so that we will know the kind of thing we are working on. Sometimes people don't really understand what we do. Then 2024 last year, we looked at altruism. This year we are looking at think missions. Mama Makwaberry, and I want us to look at the state of Hope Jenny right now, and what we've been able to do so far, and some recap. So at the moment, we have about 241 friends of Hope Jenny across the various social media. We like real true members. Oh yeah. Baby we have 60. Baby we have, I think Instagram we have like 2 point something K. But then we call for they show up at like constant at so many places. And then Telegram we have like 60 people. Then in the group I think 100 and something. Nti, we have about 241 people. And then since 2017, we have delivered 1,441 bags. The flagship project has been the bag project. It's the cash cow, the source of fund, and how we foot everything we do. So sometimes the figure may look small, but imagine 1,000 people in a room. Also about 1,000 plus families, almost 1.5K benefiting from what we've been working on. Also, we've done about 7 food projects, although we are 8 years. Because of COVID year, we've done 7 food projects so far. And we have about 16 communities reached since we started. Because sometimes we have about 4 communities we are targeting, sometimes 2. So depending on that, we have about 16. Only be all class the same in Ikay Owusu. Looking at what Hope Journey is, I want to say this thing so that we understand what we are doing. It's a damning statement. I know it will get your attention. So we are not the typical NGO per se, like the usual NGO. That is one of the reasons why we don't use SGDs to determine our success. Also, we consider ourselves as a Christian organization rather than an NGO. So I always want to remind all of us about the fact that we are not an NGO per se. Also, I was having a discussion with Boateng, and this whole thing is supposed to serve as a reminder about the fact that at the beginning we decided not to be an NGO. We realized that let's continue. He made a statement. It's unfortunate he's not around. That a lot of courses start as something really great, something supposed to solve a problem. Then they end up becoming a business. Then it just degenerates to become a racket. And then it's something we intentionally don't want to drift and become like. So the statement is supposed to remind us of what we are. Beginning of the year, if you remember the year meeting, there was a discussion about the fact that for 3 years we've not been able to do house to house. It's very sad and it's very unfortunate. And every time we do it, creative form, people select courses and they don't select the house to house. Also, it's similar to the gathering. You have a lot of people sometimes feeling from that they will come for the gathering, but then this time around we had like 21 people, but look at us. So, but then I'm sure maybe some of them, I've mentioned those who take that they will be joining virtually. I've mentioned them in the group. So I'm trying to remind us that we are not here for the vibes. If you are here for the vibes, if you are here for the whole NGO vibe, you won't last. You will just drop off. So Hope Journey is a Christian community, as he said. And then we just execute our task through altruistic causes here. What can be brain, so I won't stress myself about it. So now I want to talk about the new direction we want to go, of which we will be dropping our "Let Them Smile" slogan safe. Yes, to show how serious we are about it. I was listening to the year meeting. You see, before we do the first community meeting, we do the year meeting. And Sly was asking, then another person would be like, because I wanted to do, but I'm with food, all those things. And some of the excuses we were giving, if it's on YouTube, utie yeah meeting now, you can see clearly say we're just creating excuses for ourselves, and that it's if you reflect, you can see say we are being so focused on the altruism, not necessarily say it's like we are not balanced. I say the giving side, AI too much, so we need to tilt the things more, and so we are going to be more mission focused, like more missions focused, like the whole activities relating to going out, preaching the gospel, creating things that will help people to connect with their Christian lives. Also, people who have not heard about the message, those who are backsliding, we reach out to them. So this is why we keep placing ourselves here. These are some organizations we want to grow up to be like. And so if maybe you think we are UN something, this is where we place ourselves. So we all know what Ghana Evangelism Committee, what they do, SU. Like we want to be like the modern form of some of these organizations, because some of them are painfully dying off, some of them are also going down, and so it is time for new organizations to take up some of the things they do. Especially some of them, they are branches in Ghana, and we don't know what's up with them. So I think we have to also up our game to meet this standard. And so we are dropping the let them smile thing. You have a new roll-up banners. Let them frown. Yeah. I just I discussed it with it's like the discussion, the way that whole thing was going, it's like we need to be careful. You see, so reminding ourselves that this is why we do what we do. And so the metrics to measure what we do is mostly based on the closeness to scripture. Like what we are doing, is it closer to what scripture commands? What we are doing, is it, that's the metric we will use. So think mission also means being mission driven in terms of evangelism, in terms of discipleship, like as he said. And so we will work according to this motto now. We will be doing the house to house. And so if Oshe how the schedule has become now, you can see say yeah, plan also is tilting towards this because of the new mission. Because it's a command, as he said, that we are supposed to go and make disciples of all nations. So this is what we are doing. So wherever we find ourselves on the internet, since we are web-based something on the internet, also offline, and we used to have stickers and all those things. We will be doing all those things again. If an organization forgets about itself, why they started what they do, then they begin to lose themselves and they become the ratchets he was talking about. So it also means supporting churches in need. In fact, it's not necessarily we supporting them. However, there are some churches, they just need resources to maybe do media work, resources to, they are starting a church somewhere. They need things to like they need content to look at, template to look at how other people do their things. We are looking at means of working on some of those things. So churches in terms of need, I intentionally place it vague like that, so that it will fit in for need in terms of material things, prayer, all those things, a way to support. It also means intentionally pushing the Christ agenda. We live in a world where a lot of things are happening, and the churches themselves, some of them are so entangled in a lot of politics, doctrinal issues, and other things. So we are unable to intentionally push the agenda. We are losing our schools, we are losing our organizations, things that were created to intentionally push those agendas. So we will be doing that. We are looking at how we will intentionally sneak in some of these things in schools and other things, like how other people do. Or they are even doing the wrong thing. We are doing it. We are doing the right thing. So we'll be sneaking our content in some of the documents we've created. When we print them out, we'll distribute them across. We'll find funding so that we'll be able to do some of these things. But it's an intentional effort to just push the agenda. So as we said, tools that will make the church work easier. Currently, I'm working on something called the Church Work OS. It's just going to be a free tool by Hope Journey, which you can use to do church administration. So I checked online, and it's so funny that it looks like almost all the things people use to run churches is not free. It's just interesting how Christian software is more expensive than the other guys their own. So it's some of the efforts we are trying to do currently. It's being tested at another place, and if all things work according to plan, we will release it to the public, so that you also see how we can help in our own way. It will be free. You just download, you set it up yourself, send SMS to your church members, program outline samples. Yeah, I know ChatGPT is there, but then sometimes when you see other places how they do their things, it's more easier. You just replace the logo. It's more easier to do it that way, because if the main churches are not doing these things, then the parachurch organizations have to step up. So the next one is, okay, it's linked to this one. Yes, so think missions also means thinking of airports, hope bags, hope journey. For 8 years, we've been over milking that. For 8 years, a colleague in the office asked one of the LLMs, the chatbot, that what is hope journey, and the bot was just blabbing about the hope bags, and all those things. So it's like what I was describing to him was different from what is out there. So I was telling him we are doing machines working. The chatbot is also saying that no, you put into the bag, and you also do health screening and provide clothes. Yes, so we need to go beyond that. I'm not going to go beyond the whole thing machine thing is about. We should be known for other things too. And so, and there are 3 projects currently ongoing. Beginning this year, a group of intelligent people, we created a group. They joined, created posts sharing ideas. Was done at the point here, energy went down, but still now we just worked it. Um, we are working on something called My Journey Through the Gospel. Um, there will be an upper primary one, right? Lower primary one, kindergarten, and then JHS one. So targeted at, like, based on their education level. It's just the message of the gospel. The documents are not created entirely for us by us, and so sometimes it be a grasping the whole message is difficult for our people because it's just something from a foreign person. So we are also trying our best to contribute to the gospel being out there. So this is one of the intentional thing we are talking about that we will be doing. Then you can do better. And it's like they've selected 365 Bible verses, and it's very cute. I still have some around. So we will create something like that, something very simple like that. We intentionally drop it off to children, JHS people, because the testament, I'm in the group, I'm part of the Gideon's people. I know it's like what I'm saying is true, so I'll continue to say it. They ship it into the country, and they have so many old people, so it's like then they do reports at the end of the year that they couldn't distribute the Bible. We also write to them, organizations write to them that we need Bibles to distribute. I joined this so that I'll become a leader, so that maybe, but still now it's like old people are running the thing and they don't just, it's like, it's so difficult. You go to the warehouse, the Bibles are stuck, they are just stuck there. Plenty Bibles, some from even 2015, 2016. Yes, so it's like the organizations in Ghana are finding it difficult to execute the thing here. So then we just have to do it ourselves. If they are not doing it, then someone exploiters in.
Since the people in Ghana are not able to distribute,
yes, so it was one of the reasons. Yes, we have a partnership with them. You call and he'll be like, bro. Oh, then you call him, then it becomes like, then you call another person. So I used to be a member of Gideon Tema, and I'm joining a Cropon there also. Then I joined Shashi. Like it's like everywhere. That's what I don't know what's up with them, but you go to their warehouses and because I'm in their groups, you will see pictures of the Bibles at the end of the year. A much of 50 Bibles distributed. Yes, for some of the areas, they have something called camps. That's how they do this. So you check and it's like the whole area. No, they were able to distribute 50 out of maybe 1,000 Bibles. 50, 60, 100 and something. It's like there is no energy. Sanka, Unkai said I used to bring them up. But it's like there's always an excuse why you can't come today. Then eventually you go tired and yes, sometimes I'll be on him, sir. I set an alarm, then I call him, then and me I know how to worry. I'll worry you, sir, so that I get it. But it's like still now. Then me I call program number without the Bibles, because one of my goals with the whole bags, which I think it's really good, was to every single bag should at least have a Bible. See, you give someone a bag, then there's a Bible in it. You don't know who will get a Bible and read. So, and the reason why I'm so particular about this project is, when we were younger, the Gideon's Bibles were everywhere. Everywhere. The Testaments, they were everywhere. But I said, right now, no, we are all seeing what I'm complaining about. I said, yes, they are supposed to do that. So they write the report and you see that they've written schools. It do a 2 out of 16. It do a some of them 0. Then I'm like, bro, you're able to write a report of 0.
It's not like the Bible. What is the issue?
It's just people tired of. You see, this work, no one is paying you. You know, this Saturday you are here, and you're on some nice your bed.
Watching some Netflix.
What's your project? Like, shit, some nice maybe, yeah. But going out, no one is going to pay you. Then nobody is going to pay you. Then it's like, I won't mind you. No one is going to pay you, and it's like you are just going to do that. So there is lack of urgency. There is lack of commitment, and so it means someone needs to. It's just something I'm thinking around. All these things I'm talking about are expensive. These 3 things are all very expensive projects, but if well done, can really help. Also, a Christian Resource Center, Ebo Wilson is proposing that to all of us that um, there are so many expensive books around, and there are some Christian files getting missing on the internet every day. It's true. Like there are some documents tracked those days we used to see, but as of right now, you can't even find them. So he's saying that we should intentionally download them, get a dedicated hosting for some of these things, then we make it available to everyone. So something like a Christian archive.org, like or Makane, but not Makane, like a compilation of Christian content. So a way to work around it. So a repository where we just have resources, books, tips, old sermons being available, because it's like we are in an era where there's a lost media problem happening right now. Sometimes there's something you used to watch and you just go and look for it and it's not there. So I was even telling him that maybe the owners of some of these contents are dying and they don't get to renew their thing and they didn't hand it over to anyone, and so it's just the way it is. So someone needs to also work on it. So these are the three things you see us working on. And for this one, we started executing the very first one. And the documents are ready. We still don't have funds to print it, but then we'll give copies to at least the leaders for the mentors for this year so that they use it. Then they give us feedback. I know we are humans who did it, inspired by Holy Spirit doing it. But then we will, your friend is saying, have to give feedback on the work. You know, whilst you are presenting it to the children, if you think some part is problematic, you jot it down. Then we edit it. It's a docs file, so we just edit it. Then we just produce a better version, so it goes out to everyone. These are the three things I think we can. So, Medema Seminary conclusions. What is holding us down? Like why are Christian organizations and parachurch institutions and communities not thriving like other places? One, the problem is theological stance. Sometimes it divides all of us and we are unable to come together. And also, preaching the truth is becoming scarce. In as much as we live in a very Christian country, you know, the pure message of Christianity, you know, right now is becoming scarce. If you like pay attention, you notice that the message of the gospel right now is rarely preached. So it's one of the things holding us all down. And with some of these things we are working on. So now people are not acting out of understanding, out of it's a command, like he said. But then people are mostly acting out of compulsion. And so it's one of the things holding us all down. And then the next one is funding. Funding has always been a problem. Money problems, big dreams, but how do we fund them? Like, yeah, the ideas are there, but then some of the problems include funding. You have a budget of 23,000, 25,000 to raise for experts in a village so that the program become very successful. However, the monies are not coming, but you still have to adjust. Then people come for the program, you give them a bus they don't like and they are complaining. And the reason why sometimes we don't get some of these things is that people don't do their part. Linking to the next one, commitment issues. So we're asking ourselves why a sister organization is unable to push the agenda of placing Bibles. That's the work they do. That's the only thing they do, placing Bibles. So they are supposed to place the Bibles in schools and also in hospitals, but then because commitment issues. It's just commitment issues. And Hope Journey too, we have a similar issue. Why are you not here for the gathering? Just commitment issue. So it leads to low end. Oh, okay. Why? So why are you not here? Because you're here. So why are you not here? Because there are some people who are around here. Some of them, the excuses were they were giving me. It's just I've gotten to a stage where these days You tell me, it's like, okay, fine, because after all, I can't come to your house and come and pick you. And I've never seen someone who doesn't want to work and you force the person to work. So if the person is telling you they can't, you just leave them. You pray for them that the Holy Spirit will grant them a heart that will help them to do it. So the commitment issue leads to low engagement in groups, and then low attendance to meetings, but then higher attendance during trips. Boom say gathering for something like this, we are supposed to meet and think through some of these things. They won't come. You post something, they are supposed to maybe acknowledge receipt, they won't. But then the trip itself, the boom say on the day before now, when I am man, people pass back and they are like, I beg you, I want to join. I beg you, I want to join, because commitment issues. The person is not fully committed to what we are doing. It's just maybe the person just buying into the vibes. So, and one of the final things I want to talk about is we are working on something. We've been working on it. What? What be 15? Oh yeah. Or will be more than 15. Make it do. They make we do. You make it do. Yeah, so one of the things we've been working on since 2022 is the succession plan of some of the positions. Since we are youth-driven organization, people are marrying, people are giving birth, people are leaving the country, people are also traveling to far places, and so how we thought the succession would be like, it's not being like that. So we've been executing something called the mentoring system, where someone is teaching someone the work he does. So all the members of the operations, I think they are supposed to pick someone and take them to what they are doing, so that in case you are not around, the person takes over. I'm also training someone for the role I play, so that I'm also leaving the age you are supposed to be to lead Hope Journey. Then when we started Hope Journey, we were a group of people who didn't trust people above age 30. So I remember we said something that the executives shouldn't be people above 30. So it's a promise and we have to keep it. We can't hold on to power forever. The organization is not for one individual. 13 people started it. The very first trip, Ebenezer Okain, Yao Boatin, Sim Boatin, myself, Eben Boatin, Esiedu, Benis, Isinam, Rachel. We still have some of the people with us in the organization. Some of them have traveled, some of them are transferred, and their parents are not around. So Ebinumuswa Japa, Charles, Etiemu, all those people. We live in a culture where people japa like that. So yes, and it has its advantage as an organization. Daddy, yes, I think he is even watching it. So it's something natural, and so we still have to find a way we replace all these people. We've been able to replace some of them, and then some of us to we just have to ideas, and then other people also taking charge of the day-to-day running of what we are doing, because the organization is not a bona fide of someone, and so we need to do those things. So it's something we are working on. So final thoughts, and then we just do some Q&A, and then we bring the welcome address to close. The truth is, there are people far and near who need the gospel. people in your office, people so close to us, people who need the gospel, and so we have to go and preach the gospel to them. Like we should not give excuses. We should not. It's like we are always. Yeah, can yeah, say yeah, in the end, the summary of the whole thing is I just didn't feel like going to preach the gospel, and so we need to intentionally add it to our plans, our lifestyle, whatever we do, so that we go and preach the gospel to them. So welcome to the 2025 edition. Feel free at home, give honest feedback. I enjoyed last year's own. It's like last year's own was an upgrade of the 2 years own. Last year, we budgeted to me. Now I'm just sitting back and I'm enjoying because I'm getting excited. Yes, I'm saying I did with the enthusiasm. Then and it was really good because some of the things, if on phone or nipa submit PDF now read there, it's difficult to understand. But Obejina not presented, then you are here looking on the screen. It's easier to digest what he's saying and make suggestions to the person. So this year too, let's try our best to be honest with the feedback and let's tell people the truth. With everything should come from a place of love and a place of an intent to do the right thing. And if you try to do the right thing, later on you realize that the results are showing without you even telling someone. So let's do that. And we are at a stage where we need to dig into some of the places we are making losses and some of the places we have to allocate more funds to. And so I'm just hoping that everyone will bring their A game today so that we get things done perfectly well. And thank you. Okay. See, any questions?